Hey everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and Rudy Giuliani has been in some hot water online due to his scene, the finale of Borat 2. If you've yet to see the film, I do encourage you go check it out so you can see it in its full context, see all the surprises yourself. It's available now on Amazon Prime. It's also streaming in drive-ins around the country. In fact, we're hosting one tonight in Tampa, Florida. I'll put the information in the description down below. But I'm going to break down this scene. Now, I'm not going to just play it outright. I'm going to start and stop it off for commentary because this is news, this is fair use here. I want to break down this scene because I feel like the filmmakers have really painted him in an even worse light than what actually happened. At the same time, I do think he was inappropriate, but I want to look at it from an editing perspective. From a producer of pranks, I've made pranks in my career over at Break.com and other places. I've done a lot of really big pranks, and I can see where the trickery is. And so I just want people to be honest. Yes, I do think Rudy shouldn't have put himself in this situation, and I do think he has some fault there. However, way too many people online are making this way worse than it actually was. So let's break down what happened, and you guys can make up your own mind, okay? So here's the scene in question. Now, this character right here is Borat's daughter. She's an actress. She's actually 24 in real life. That's important. At no point when this video starts do we see any engagement as to how old she is. Rudy isn't told that. What's important to really point out here is he shows up to the hotel wearing a mask. And what's really important to me here is when you see this moment here, he's walking in not only with a mask, but there's someone behind him. There's someone behind him as he walks in. There's someone in the room that says hello to him, and he's carrying something, right? That's all very important because it's all gone, and he's sitting, masks off, the thing out of his hand's gone, and the people are no longer there. Where'd they go? What happened? What was said between this point and this point, to me, is a important point, because a lot of people are like, why did he show up without a publicist into this hotel room? And you know what? That's a fair question. Why is he in a hotel room? Good question. It's because a lot of these junkets are done in hotel rooms. Even pre the Rona, I've done a million studios. Studios will take out a whole level of a hotel, so they and fancy places because they're nice. They have concierge who can give you the water and put out meats and veggies out, and all the people can wait in one room, and then all the talent each has their own room, and you can just sort of go from point to point, from outlet to celebrity. A hotel is just sort of an easier way for studios and other places to do these media junkets. So that's very common, and I imagine even now in the state we're in, also another easier way to sort of have a clean place where you can sort of come in, do your thing. It's been clean. There's not other people in the room because of the world we live in. You don't want 10 people in that room with publicists, agents, etc. So again, it's all in the communication that can be taken either way. Why is he alone in a hotel room by himself with a young woman? Well, because there's a pandemic and they don't want multiple people in there. And they said, she's clean, you guys are good, we'll be right outside the room. On top of that, it's common to be in hotels and junkets, and most celebrities, you know that. So getting back into the case and stuff. So it's important to get there to sort of answer those questions right at the gate of how did he get in the room? How did they know? This isn't Borat, some girl. No one knows who she was. She was a nobody. And so how would Rudy have known this was a Borat skit? I mean, look, a lot of people are calling him dumb, and I'm going to call him dumb in a bit, but dude, no one would have known this. She was an unknown who came in ready to do a prank, and Borat shows up in disguise midway through. So they shake hands,
nice to meet you,
and she really makes clear
You're one of my greatest heroes.
You're one of my greatest heroes. She comes in very hot, just like, such a big fan. I'm so nervous. And then he says, thank you. There's a lot of touchy sort of stuff that he didn't need to do, I'll be honest. But he's clearly of sort of an older, touchier generation, and some people got problems with that, and that's their right. But
because I'm super excited and nervous.
Well, you relax.
She's playing it super, nervous. But even in this moment here, there's more we didn't see because.
But because I'm super
look at his
excited
mouth.
And nervous.
Well, you relax. I'll relax. You want me to ask you a question?
You can never actually tell who's saying what and when.
I'll relax you, okay?
I'll relax you, okay?
Yes, thank you. I feel like I'm living in a fairy tale.
Sure.
So this is an awkward scene because she's being awkward. She's playing it awkward, and I don't know, I can't believe I'm in front of you. And this to me is Rudy's first problem. Yes, he's being nice, but you're alone in a hotel room with a young foreign journalist, her first interview. Dude, just be a gentleman, be careful, don't get touchy, don't compliment her back. Is he allowed to? I mean, that's going to be the debate, right? Is that criminal to flirt with her? No. Some people will say morally it is. He's a politician and a lawyer. He should know better. Don't engage with this journalist. But So far, again, nothing criminal. He does reach out. He doesn't. He sort of is like, do you want to touch? She could have said no. You're gonna do great. Okay. He's like Leo Getz of Lethal Weapon. But so far, it's just a little cringy for sure, and he's way too touchy. But so far, I'm just like, all right, what is this? They cut the movie throughout because they cut to Borat trying to get to the room. Spoiler warning. The movie is about Borat going undercover to try and help Kazakhstan get its name back because of all the bad stuff he did last time. Borat, people know who Borat is. So he's trying to give a gift to a popular Trump cabinet member or whatever. And so his daughter is doing this for the cause. And Borat realizes sort of the turn of the movie. And I actually liked it from a plot perspective. He realizes, I shouldn't do this. This isn't right. And he wants to save his daughter. So, but they cut to these scenes, and I wanted to show this scene because he's wearing a mask. They both are. And this is the first sort of major example of ADR. ADR is a term for audio dialogue replacement. And what that means is a lot of times in movies, pranks, etc., reality shows all the time, what they'll do is when an actor's mouth isn't seen, it's off camera or you're seeing it from behind them or whatever, or there's a mask there, they can change that line to be whatever they want. They can do it in ADR later, audio dialogue replacement. And a lot of times they do it to sort of advance the plot faster, add a new joke. There's a lot of ways you do ADR for movies because you're telling a story. But when you're pranking someone and basically calling someone's character out, it's important to remember, I don't know what was real, what he really said, what jokes really happened. So keep that in mind as well. All right, then moving on to the next part here. She gives this book. Take this book. Again, I'm starting and stopping, so it's all fair use of me commentating as we play. He hands this book over. She looks at the book. This book is a gag throughout the movie, and I can't show you what's in the book because it's a cartoon, but it's sort of illustrated. But they do this over the head shoulder shot of him, which I was going to show you, but I can't because of what's on the book. I should have blurred it, but I didn't. Bear with me. They show the shot over the shoulder, and it's like clearly that was picked up later. It could have been a stunt double's old. They could have hired an old person's hands with the suit on and mimicked that later. It's just something you got to keep in mind when you're watching these things, that it looks like he's looking at sort of a more explicit book there of just like, you should, right then, red flag, Rudy, what are you doing? But they could have handed him a book with text that we didn't get to see in the wide shots, and then they keep cutting to close-ups of a silly thing to make him look stupid. Again, all in the editive trick, magic of editing. It then cuts back to him stuck again. Get out of here, I'm calling the police. More gags of Borat trying to get there.
A little bit about China.
We then get to hear, and she talks about China. And it's just a regular question just to show that she's trying to do the interview, and he actually does answer. Clearly, they needed to fill this time up with some normal things. Otherwise, Rudy would have probably bolted earlier. So it just proves they did talk about some political stuff. And then it gets to sort of like bats and the Rona.
Yeah.
And
Did you ever have a bat?
Oh, no. I don't think I'll ever
playful banter.
eat a bat. If you eat a bat with me.
Okay, I will.
If you eat a bat with me, I will, is what she says. And it's like, ooh, okay, will you eat a bat? If you eat the bat, I will. And then he playfully does like, okay, all right, yeah, fine, I will. Are they actually going to do that? No. I think this is just clearly a playful banter back and forth. Him trying to make her comfortable because she's made it very clear she's nervous and uncomfortable and looks up to him and likes him. And we don't even know what else she said that maybe they cut of maybe her saying, you're so attractive. I would love to be with you. She could have said any of those things to trigger a response that they then trim it to make him look even more, lecherous. So again, it's hard for me because I can see how much this is edited that I got to give Rudy some benefit of the doubt here of like, come on, guys, let's really watch the clip in question. So he's laughing some more. They're being playful. And then she does that, which is really important. She's the first one who sort of initiates a hand on the knee, which she's doing. She's making it like, hey, ha, 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 I'm going to touch. And she doesn't just grab. She rubs him. She rubs him on the knee. Look at it.
You're so funny.
You're so funny. She's trying to flirt with him so he flirts back. And then they can paint it as a more, terrible thing. And then here, again, cut back. All these cutbacks are amping up the tension and the creepy music and sinister music. And I got to get to her. He's doing terrible things to her. It's all, in the movie, it plays like, oh my God, what is Rudy doing? Because you're buying the edit. You're buying the edit of what's going on. And so far, aside from him, he should have been more appropriate and not gotten so flirty and touchy. I do believe, be a professional, Rudy. You know better. some people will say there's still nothing wrong with that, and they're right. There's nothing criminal with it. It's consensual flirtation back and forth. But so far, that's the only thing he's done that I could see criticism for. And so then they take this shot that, him patting his lip, which is probably might have been done at the beginning or at some point in a break, just to sort of big lights. I have them here too. It gets sweaty under those lights, but it makes him look like he's sweating and nervous.
Lives President Trump saved.
And then they ask about how many lives he saved and stuff like that.
Some of them advised him.
And then they told him not to, and then they get to
Yeah.
then he does this random cough, which to me also an edit. His hands weren't up, and then suddenly they're up, just so they can show this cough and again make him look a little bit more discombobulated or out of it. And then they grab these glasses, and I don't know where these glasses came from. They were there when he sat, to be fair. They were there at the beginning. Right when he gets there, I noticed. See, hello. They sit and they shake. The glass is there, and it's basically at the same level. So they try to sort of imply that he's been drinking and they're drinking, but he's sort of. She maybe even said she could have said hey, take a drink.
You're a little bit. This is good. There you go. I'm good. You're a little bit. This is good. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly something was asked that they cut. A little bit. She's clearly, well, how about a drink? Let's take a drink. Because she's there with a task. The actress in this scene, who I think she's great in this movie, I will say, she's there for a goal. Make him look creepy and stupid. Put him in a situation where we see how he reacts, right, is what's important. And to be fair, if he reacts inappropriately in that situation, then he's caught, right? But they're doing everything they can to make the situation look more and more weird. But here we go. So let's keep them going. So they cheers in this moment.
Something with
I
this.
think you're going to look pretty good.
She's worried. She explains, this is my first interview.
Never been in front of the camera.
Never
I've
been in
always
front of the camera. It's sort of a good question to bring up while they're drinking, so it looks like they're, he's humoring her, which she
I
is.
think you're going to look pretty.
I think you're going to look pretty good. That doesn't mean, he's being gross. You're doing a good job. He's lifting her up, helping her insecurities, which she's made very clear throughout.
Melania right now.
And I feel like Melania right now. And then suddenly the bit turns where Sasha comes in as Borat undercover. And he's trying to end the interview. And he comes in and is like, we're going to end the interview. And then what they do is they do these cutaways here, which, again, I wasn't there. Let's be clear, I wasn't there. But I'm assuming, since we don't see Rudy's head, and assuming since Rudy's the mark, it's very important to film the mark. They don't have that many cameras there. You want a wide shot, you want a close-up of the mark. So these close-up shots of the other cast members without Rudy, to me, those are clear pickups. A pickup is when you get something else. Every time I did a prank, I always had the cameras on the marks, the people we're doing the prank to, because you can't recreate the reaction. The reaction is key. The actors that you have there to create the reactions, you can do those all day long. Once they're gone, you go back. All right, cool. Do that again, actor. And so this, to me, is clearly a punch-in of all right, say something silly and inappropriate here that we can then pop in later. It's done all the time in these types of things to make him look even worse. So again, they fall into that tactic here, and then they sort of do this weird back and forth where he's like, let me check, and he does these sort of tucks.
Make a very nagging wife.
She makes a very nagging wife. I don't know. I can't see his mouth. I don't know if he really said that in the moment or if they added that later. And then he does it again.
Marrying your cousins.
You married your cousin. Again, why don't we see Rudy in the shot? Why? Wouldn't you want to see him? Because they shot this later. Anyway, she pushes him up. She gets up. She pushes him out, and they do this scene in the hallway. Again, why would you have shot this while Rudy's actually there? The magic of movie making. This is also a scripted movie. It's not just a prank movie. And this is a segment that they did, I'm sure, later. Once Rudy was gone, they got all the other scripted parts done, and Rudy's not sitting there waiting like, what's going on? Why are they yelling in the hallway? They don't want him to leave. They want to make sure he continues to do what they want him to do. So as she comes back, again, I don't know what point this is. It's all the chronological order's out the window. It's impossible to tell. I'm so sorry. He's trying to calm her down. He does it's okay, and he touches her again. He's a lot of touching.
Okay.
But touching sides, and she's initiated the touching's okay. She's never said no at any point either. And here she goes again to assure him, oh yeah, thank you. Thank you in the touch.
Apology accepted.
Apology accepted, no problem. It's an awkward situation. And then they wrap things up. And then he gets up, and then this to me is the most egregious thing the production does. This line right here is so fake and added later. Listen.
Shall we have a drink in the bedroom?
Shall we have a drink in the bedroom? Come on. He did not say that there in that moment. We don't know why they're in the bedroom. I don't know why he's in the bedroom either. And this is my first major criticism of Rudy. Like, dude, why are you in the bedroom with this girl? Dude, look, I said hotels, you shoot in hotels, but they don't usually shoot by the beds. And you don't sit there by yourself in the bed with a young reporter like this. This is stupid. He shouldn't have gone there. Now, at the same time, what's weird is she's clearly like, my necklace is caught in my hair is what this feels like. And he's like, here, let me see, let me help you. And so he's helping her try and get the necklace out because he's being nice. There you go, my dear. And then notice, he doesn't sit. He's standing, and then they cut to this. All right, he starts to sit. It's a cut. He's leaned over, and then it starts to sit. We don't see, hey, have a seat. I'm sure wouldn't you think? She might have said, here, have a seat. I got to remove your pack. I'm going to remove your audio packs. Have a seat. It's okay. I don't know if she told him to and said it 10 times. And he thought, all right, fine. She's telling me to sit here. Again, it's all about the scene, right? And Rudy, what are you doing? Don't sit on a bed with a reporter there who's young. You're married. This is stupid. You got caught. This is dumb. You look stupid. And they're able to completely edit this out of their, if they want. There's cameras all over that room. You stepped in for a room. You signed a release. This is, better. So you're stupid and that happened. And so he's at fault in that, and he shouldn't be alone in this room with her. I agree with that criticism. But she easily could have told him to sit down.
Give me your phone number and your address.
And give me that could have been a line they said in the beginning where she was like, hey, I really want to work for you. That could have been a line that was taken and adjusted anywhere. We don't see him saying it. We don't see what triggered it. She could have said, I really want to work for your office. And he might have said, well, you have to talk to my people, but give me your phone and I'll hand it to my people. There are so many ways this could have gone, right? Is why I'm always skeptical that I can't just trust a Sacha Baron Cohen prank, completely highly produced and edited, to destroy Rudy in this specific moment. If you want to criticize him for other things he's done, get political about it, fine. I'm focusing on this. Take everything else out. We're focusing on this scene. And so far, again, I don't know what made him sit. And so far, he's allowed to sit. Does it look bad? Should he have not done that? I think so. But again, nothing he's done is criminal or I think warrants canceling him like everyone's saying. Like, oh my God, he's ruined. Rudy is over after this clip. Now, that's not good. Dude, no reason you had to reach out and tap her. I also don't know what she's been saying, if she's sort of sad and he's trying to help reassure her. But the tap, to me, is the worst. Well, one more thing, we'll get there. The tap was not good. A tap feels like, hey, are you cool? Are we going to do this? It does get a vibe to me of like, oh, cool. I mean, consensually adults, they're in a room. They're allowed to do that. I mean, they can. Morally, you can be upset with it, but legally, nothing's being forced here. She's been touching him. He's now touching her. She's not saying no. Awkward, creepy, cringy, sure. Now, here's where things get, obviously, this is the most important part. So she's removed. Why is she bent over like this in this position? Let's talk about it. There's a mic pack there. Why is the mic pack there? It is a weird place for the mic to be, and a lot of people have said, that's not how mics work. They're right. However, clearly they put the mic there so they could get to this point, right? Again, it's been planned, and he sort of allowed it. Should he have? No. He should be like, why are you reaching in my pants? He should have been like, dude, I'll do that. Let me get it for you. Those are things that a normal person would do. At the same time she's offering, he's probably saying, oh, pretty lady. Cool, yeah, go ahead. This will be kind of fun. Morally wrong? Yes. But criminal? No, right? That's the difference here. And you can still not like him or not like him for this, but she's removing a mic pack from him. She's not doing what people are saying she's doing. And you can tell it. And it's much more even dirtier from behind because of the positioning. Where your head is making it dirty than what's actually happening. So all this, she untucks it. I feel like she over untucks to just make sure. And then they cut. There's no like him. Maybe he did say no. I don't know what he said. I don't know. He's like, all right, enough. I got it. He might have told her to stop. And then it cuts to her touching him, to then him sort of frustrated, just trying to get his pants tucked in. And this part is crucial. I want to really focus on this part because this is the part everyone's talking about. And when I first saw it, I'll admit, I thought, Rudy, this doesn't look good. But then I realized as I looked closer in the edit, they loop it. They loop the shot because look in the back there. There's a camera. See this camera back? And there's a camera in this corner we've learned. And there's a camera over here. So there's 3 cameras, maybe even 4th, all aimed recording, probably all monitoring. And they probably have an opportunity to zoom on these cameras with servos and stuff. And so they're all filming this action trying to get. And so when you have multiple angles of an action, you can play that clip, that one moment of me doing this. Watch, I can go this. Right? But if I switch the angle, you can get that couple seconds of me just slurping. You could cut to that same amount of time, 4 different ways, and make it look like I took a sip that was 4 times as long as I actually did. Do you follow me on the loop? Does that make sense? So it's important to watch her because she does that, and he starts. This is the part in question. He reaches back and starts tucking, and now in this situation, she's see how she's bent over and coming back? Again, bent over, coming back. So they're replaying. It doesn't look like it, but totally. So they took the beginning of that, and then to me, this is the actual length of it. Right when they cut, to me, that's as long as he took for tucking. So watch, and I'll tell you when it gets uncomfortable. There it is. There it is. Okay, dude, you tucked. What are you doing right there? Right, dude, stop. So it's all right, and then they cut. So right at the very hair there, he does stay a hair longer than he should have. I agree. It's weird, but this clip right here is a continuation of this shot. So watch, she's wrapping up the chords right here. So that about half of that clip. There's about half of that clip left to go. And then they play it again. Here she is, wrapping the chord again and leaning forward as he's finishing. So it's important to notice that, right? I'm playing this over and over because you see it. They're playing this. This is like 2 seconds. 2 seconds of tuck that they play from this angle, and then they repeat same 2 seconds of tuck from another angle. And then what's also important to really notice is when Borat screams, "Hey, stop doing this," he gets up. So I'm gonna take that. Hey, what? Whoop! Right is what happens, and it feels like, oh, you caught him, right? But watch it without the audio. He was done. He was done tucking, and to get up. He's done. And then they cut to Sasha in there. They cut to a shot that's clearly made later of Sasha running in underwear. I'm not going to show you that whole part and saying, "Get off my daughter.
15.
She's 15.
She's too old for you."
She's too old for you." And he goes, "What's going on?" And when we cut back to this scene, the next time, so he stood up, and then he was just standing there. Clearly, nothing happened. A lot of people are saying, "Well, it looks like something was going to happen." To me, that's like nothing happened. All right, cue Sasha. Because they had something ready in case he left, so they could stop him in the doorway to actually catch him in the act. And he's like, "What is going on?" And I would be creeped out too. Like, "What is going on?" "She's my daughter. Take me instead." They do this bit back and forth, and he's like, I don't want you." And some people are like, "Yeah, because you wanted her." He's like, "I don't want you," because Borat keeps offering himself to him. And then they do this, "I'm better. No, I'm better. I'm better than you. I'm better than you." And it's all ADR. All these jokes, all these lines with their backs to us as Rudy's just trying to get out are all added jokes to make it look even more stupid for Rudy. And it's for a comedy's sake, it's funny. And it's funny because Rudy's stupid in that he fell for all this stuff. I do find it amusing, put himself in that situation. Then he's, what's going on here? What the heck? He gets the people look how many people were outside waiting. Because that's, imagine they're all just sort of waiting around, and then he made like, "Come get it," and then he's like, Rudy, Trump will be disappointed you didn't take the showers." He makes a joke at the end. Again, another ADR joke because he wanted to have a tighter, funny joke based on the footage he had. So that's the reality of what this scene is. I still think Rudy put himself in a situation that he shouldn't have done. He was too handsy. He should be professional. Everyone should be a professional in those scenarios. If you meet that girl in a bar later, then it's a different story. You guys can flirt and talk about it. But I think in this situation, he should have known better. Cameras are rolling. I don't think he's trying to do anything inappropriate. I think he's just a touchy guy. And it plays in the edit even worse than he was. That said, the pat in the bedroom, going to the bedroom, the extra hair on that touching for too long and the tuck while he's laying down the bed. It's just, dude, come on, idiot. You got caught being stupid. However, at the same time, I think the editing of this clearly is trying to got you to a place that's even more crazy. Show us the full scene if something really bad happened, Sasha and everybody. Otherwise, just make it clear this is comedy and you're trying to market this film, which is what they're doing. And it's working because it's out all over there. Guys, if you liked what you saw here and you like my commentary, please hit that subscribe button. And then while you're at it, hit that all notifications and smash that like button and leave a comment if you're so inclined. All that helps the algorithm of this channel to keep it going. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Did you see the movie? Did you see that scene? What do you think of this commentary? Do you disagree with me? You got your own thoughts? Let's have a healthy dialogue down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.